Hello, fellow explorers. What are the karmic relationships that are coming forward for you? Are you yourself in a karmic relationship, and how can you find your way to resolve this karma and end the karmic cycles that you're experiencing together? Let's go ahead and jump on into this timeless tarot pick a card reading and find out. Welcome, fellow explorers. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the Mystic Lemur. My name is Rita, and it is my honor to be your guide through the messages in this reading. Today, we are looking at the energies of past karmic relationships and maybe present karmic relationships that you're dealing with, how to resolve this karma. Could be romantic, could be friendship, could be career, could be with a pet. Any kinds of karma that are emerging to you at this time. So this is part of a series that is inspired by our living goddesses in the musical world. This one is inspired by Cher, and the sort of theme cards around this reading are the stars and justice, who remind me of the energies of Cher. So first, inspired by this song, If I Could Turn Back Time, if I could find a way, if I could reach the stars, I give them all to you. So turning back time, coming through karma, coming through past lives. She also reminds me the inspiration of this series with the three ladies that we'll be covering is with sort of the triple moon goddess, and Cher kind of reminds me of that third phase, that sort of going into the dark moon, going into the more esoteric and edgy sort of energy of that divine feminine that she's expressing. And sort of the inspiration of this series at all is with Venus at the time being in Pisces in her exalted state and really exploring the layers of divine feminine that these ladies express. So have a look in my channel if you want to check out the rest of this series. I will link them down in the comments, or in the comments and on the post description below as they come forth. But again, the stars being about hope, new beginnings, and justice being about releasing karma and coming into balance in our relationships. So we have three piles for our reading today. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. That's pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So coming to ground into your space of knowing, aligning your energetic, your mental, and your physical bodies through taking your 3 rounds of mindful breath to allow that inner being to step forward and bring you to align with the messages of this reading. As you finish your 3rd round of those deep mindful breaths, coming to focus in on the pile or piles that are speaking to you today. If you need a few more minutes to let that inner knowing come forward, pausing the video here, and we'll jump on into pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. What is the karmic relationship that is coming forward to you, bringing that karmic relationship that you have actively into your mind that brought you to question and lead you to this reading? How can you get more insight into what the karmic relationship that's playing out with you in this dynamic, and what are the past connections? What can you do, most importantly, what can you do to resolve this karma and move forward? So first, who are you in this relationship? What cards, what energies express who you are in this relationship right now? We have Temperance. All right, so you are in a space of being a healer, of being that angelic intervention that is bringing forth the antidote to some ill, some intense energy that's been present in your past, in the way that you're connected to this person or other people. You might even resonate with being some kind of earth angel or a healer, having some of that healing property through the way that you connect emotionally. Who is the person that you're dealing with? Who is this karmic relationship, and how are they being expressed in this lifetime. We have the Knave of Pentacles in reverse. So the Knave of Pentacles is bringing the grounded energy of the earth. So really possibly an earth sign or having a lot of earth sign energy in their charts. So that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And bringing in a new direction in how the financial and physical expression of themselves is being brought forth would be the divination and meaning of upright, but coming in reverse. This could be an indication that their expression of themselves in this lifetime is through a lot of money troubles, through a lot of trouble with keeping money or making money. Could be that they have numerological connection with the number 8. So that's the manifestation number. That's often the number that's associated with like Capricorn energy, being a boss person, but the 8 can be a big master manifester, but also can be constantly in poverty because they can't quite figure out how to keep money. So what is the karmic connection between the two of you? We have the Two of Wands. So you are connected through this balance in your energy. There's a connection here. So you have... I'm almost seeing like what you may think you are is twin flames. So the Wands energy is fire, and we've got the 2. So you may have been together because you at some point resonated with thinking this person is your twin flame, or they thought that you were their twin flame, but you're getting this in a karmic relationship reading, which may be an indication that this is a false twin flame. So have a watch of my subsequent videos. I'll also be doing a reading about releasing false twin flames. So it could be that your karmic relationship is that you are here to express the zodiac and astrological energies that we've had up until now. We've had a lot of action in Libra, which is another card that expression of the energy that rules this card. That, balancing Libra energy. And Libra is all about relationships, all about expressing that relationship. So you've possibly been dealing with this dynamic in your relationship because you thought that you were having this twin flame connection, but it's just this sort of working through how we deal with relationships and how we're sort of coming into a new evolution of how we experience relationships in this plane of existence that you're playing out with this partner of yours. So this might be another indication that this is a romantic connection for you rather than just a friend or a family member or a coworker. So what is the past life connection? How do you connect in this life? So this is your karmic connection. How do you connect in this life? What's your connection in this life? And how's it manifesting? We have, we have the 3 of Swords. So your connection in this life is heartbreak. So if you're resonating with that twin flame cycle, the twin flame cycle is typically expressed as it has been understood so far as a chase and separation dynamic, and because of that, some people have gotten themselves into really unhealthy relationships. Those are typically the karmic relationships rather than the twin flame relationships. So the expression of your connection in this life has been through a lot of heartache and a lot of tough coming out of that balance of the internal balance of the 2 of Swords into forcing yourself to expand in your heart through your mind, because the Rider-Waite version of this card is 3 swords stabbing through the heart. But here we have this imagery of this guy who's off, and you've got these skulls here. So he's in this sort of barren, cold wasteland. Possibly this is an old battleground, and he's out on his own, sojourning through the night, sojourning through the cold to try to get to where he's going. So this is not a particularly comfortable connection that you have in this life, which again could be another sign that this is a false twin flame dynamic that you've got going. And what are the solutions that we can offer to you, group number 1, for how to resolve this karma, how to move forward? We have the Queen, we have the Empress. So the highest manifestation of any of the queens is the Empress. As I mentioned in the intro, we are in this space where Venus is in Pisces at the time of this reading. Even though she may not be there when you receive it, the energy is coming forward through this reading for you to be in that exalted state of your divine feminine. So really mothering yourself. And if you're in a space where you resonate with being a parent, really evaluating what you want in a partner who will be a parent with you. Also, really evaluating what you want for your kids to experience. And just noticing that you deserve to have good things in this life. You deserve, especially if this person is having money trouble. I believe that I personally had a karmic relationship with someone who did a lot of spiritual bypassing, and he was very unwell, and I wish him the best. I'm glad that our relationship is done, but it's... I've gone through the process of releasing as many of those hard feelings as I have been able to release up until now. But yeah, he would buy me things as a way of sort of like keeping me in sort of a debt to him. And like, I never asked for these things, and he'd be upset when I didn't express things in the way that he did, and he'd get himself into this deep well of debt because he didn't want to face his life. Like, that might be resonating for you. And I really felt like I needed to be his healer, and also might be resonating for you. So really coming into not only healing yourself and being your own internal alchemist, but really mothering yourself and noticing that you are, again, with that Venus energy, Venus rules this card, you're worthy of being exalted. You're worthy of having the good things in life. Don't let his issues or her issues, I'm saying his because like I was resonating with that as something that I experienced, and that was a him in my life. They don't need to have that authority over you. Also, if this is coming up with false twin flame, potentially abusive relationship issues, if they're being financially restrictive of you, yeah, that's not a thing you need. So mothering yourself and of providing for yourself, nurturing yourself. So our words of healing wisdom for you, group number 1, we have master the step you're on. So yeah, I'm part of the relationships that when we sign up for a karmic relationship, this is sort of a higher order level of consciousness that we sign up for it together with. Often like more challenging, more abusive type relationships will have a karmic element to it, and it's because we're here to learn something. And the learning that we're doing is coming into that mastery. So you might be, if this is resonating for you through a relationship, a romantic relationship, you're coming into mastery of your heart. You're coming into mastery of how you mother yourself. You're coming into mastery of how you maturely nurture yourself. And so allowing yourself to, forgive yourself for any mistakes that you feel like you've made through these relationships, honoring yourself, honoring your healing process, and just taking the time to know that you are here to master. This is a master class that we're living in this life. It's challenging for a reason, and at some level we signed up for these challenges, and by possibly experiencing some accumulation of negative karma on their part, they're doing you this favor because they can help you heal and level up and become that alchemist. So looking for that higher order, higher perspective, higher level of consciousness perspective can help you move through this healing process. So those are the messages I have for you, group number 1. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide through this reading. I look forward to seeing you again very soon, maybe for another pile in this particular card reading. I'd love to hear what you think about this reading, what do you think about this series, what do you think about this theme, and I'd also love to have you join this community if you are resonating with this video by hitting the subscribe button, and while you're at it, you might also like to hit that like button if it really began to resonate with you. Again, I look forward to seeing you again very soon, group number 1. In the meantime, we're going on to group number 2. Group number 2, what are the karmic energies in this relationship that you've brought to mind as you clicked onto this video and asked this question, and how can you resolve the karma that's coming forward to you? So first, group number 2, what is the energy that expresses who you are, how you are in this relationship? We have the 5 of chalices. All right, so I'm seeing for you, group number 2, you're really stuck in the past. You're really quite nostalgic. I'm thinking even like for generations before the one that you were currently born in. Like maybe you feel like you were born at the wrong time. Maybe you feel like you wish you were born in the 1940s, you wish you were born in the 1920s, you wish you were born in the 1700s, so possibly even really stuck on a past life that's not really fully resolved, and that might be part of this karmic relationship that's playing out for you. So what this other person, this partner in your karmic relationship, what is describing them right now? We have the Knave of Swords in reverse. So the Knave of Swords is all about the grounding, the mental energy. So the Knave or the Page is inspired by the earth, or an expression of earthy energy, and also bringing a new direction into the way that the suit of the card is expressed. So the Suit of Swords has to do with the mind. So coming up in reverse, they might be having an issue with, again, thinking in a new way, or bringing about a change. So the karmic cycles that you're playing out could be because there's a mindset shift that they're really needing to take on, but they're not quite there to really be ready for it yet, or they're not quite at that point where they're actively choosing to allow that shift to happen. What is the karmic bond between the two of you? We have the Two of Chalices. Yeah, another two. So the first group also had a two. So union of divine feminine and divine masculine. So whatever your gender or whatever biological sex either of you express, this could be a romantic relationship between the two of you. Definitely a soulmate connection. Could even be some degree. This first group had the Two of Wands, which said to me that some kind of expression of twin flame. This could be more just a deep soul connection, a deep romantic relationship connection. And again, partnering of this combination of complementary opposites between the two of you. So you've got this nostalgia for the past in your emotional expression. Maybe that he's got this, I'm saying he because I'm being heteronormative. Excuse me, I apologize. They are being more stuck in the way that they've been thinking, and you've been more stuck in the way that you've been feeling. So what is the present life connection? What's the description of how you connect in this current life? What's the expression of your connection in this current life? We have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so you were quite abundant together. You're a really good match. You're really bringing out the fertility in both of you. So you might, especially nurturing fertility. So again, it doesn't matter precisely what aspect or how much you resonate with divine feminine or divine masculine. You're bringing out the nurturing energy in each other. And it could be that you're either looking to start a family with each other, or you're really well suited to having that sort of parental bond with each other. And again, especially in that nurturing, loving, supportive, motherly way, rather than the more structured fatherly way. And what is the ultimate expression of how you can release the karma that is coming through here? So karmic deep soul relationship, how can you level up? How can you express the full fruits of your karmic bank account? So if you've got some debts to pay, how can you resolve them? If you've got some karmic fruits to extract, how can you receive them? We have the Queen of Wands. So yeah, lots of divine feminine energy coming through here. So taking that female energy, that physicality, so it could be that you have a very passionate physical relationship, and then leveling it up. For some of you, maybe experimenting with tantric practice could be an interesting expression of your connection. It could also be that you need to explore how you're expressing your spirituality together, as well as through your physicality. So one or more of you may be really resonating on that desire to really explore spirit more. Like, what would be why you'd clicked on this reading? So might be you really seeing how you can nurture yourselves into expanding through that horizon, because that can be the way that you connect to the next layer of whatever karmic lessons you're learning with each other. What is the advice of healing words of wisdom we can offer to you, group number 2? We have foster patience. Yeah. So whatever this is, going on between the two of you. It looks like this is actually a really healthy connection for the two of you. It can really be supportive. Maybe you're feeling, as I was saying this, maybe there's a bit more passion that needs to come into the relationship. So being patient with if they need to sort of change their mind about something, allow them to do that in their own path, and be patient in the sense of you're here for a reason. You're in this particular time and place for a reason. So just be patient. The things that you think were so great about your life before, again, it could be a different time that you don't remember personally being present. Like it could be from a generation before you were born in this life or in another life. And it could be also just a previous time in your life. Maybe you're looking back to the earlier part of your relationship when there was a spark, and you just need to be a little bit more patient to allow them to make the changes that they need to make, while you also commit to making the changes you need to make, and just letting the process unfold in its own due time, and know that you're always where you need to be, and you have what you need to do. You have what you need in order to do what you want to do. You just need to trust it, and it'll come to you. All right, those are the messages I have for you, group number 2. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this reading in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a like. And I also really invite you to join the growing community in this Mystic Lemur channel. I'd love to have you along for the journey. And until we see each other again, I wish you a fond farewell. And we'll go ahead and head off to group number 3. Right, group number 3. What's the karmic relationship you're dealing with right now, group number 3, and how can you resolve this karma? So first, what energies are you expressing in this relationship right now? Oh, interesting. You have the 7 of Swords going up. So you're possibly being very strategic in how you're dealing with this relationship. I'm immediately getting this might be more of a career sort of relationship rather than maybe a romantic relationship. We'll just see what the rest of the cards say. But maybe you're also sneaking around with someone. Again, you'll know if this is speaking about you. That will be the message that you need to receive. What is the energy that is expressed by them in this relationship? We have the Queen of Chalices. All right, so whoever this is, they are embodying very divine feminine expression, especially through their emotions. So they're very in touch with their emotions. They're tapped into their emotions. They're tapped into their intuition, and they are very, possibly very spiritual, and focused in the present moment. So this queen is not looking to the past. She's not looking to the future. She's looking forward. She's looking directly ahead. And if there's something that you might be trying to be strategic or deceive her or this feminine energy within her or them, I'm saying her because this expression is of divine feminine, with this sort of intuitive sense, they might not, explicitly know, but they might be intuiting that something's up. What's the karmic relationship? What's the karmic bond between the two of you? We have the 4 of Pentacles. So the 4 of Pentacles upright would be speaking about firm foundation in the physical domain. So maybe having a house together, or as I said, this could be a career connection, someone who's a workmate. So building a really stable, steady stream of income. But coming up in reverse, that could also be an indication that you're having challenges in getting this steady income, getting this steady, maybe even like a physical place, like a house, if you're in more of a romantic situation, or getting a physical space to have the business, if this is a more of a career relationship situation. What is the expression of your current connection? How is this expressing itself in your life right now? We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. So the 7 of Wands in this deck looks a lot to me like your spirit and your mind are kind of at odds, but your mind is outnumbered, literally, because we have this swords energy here and this guy who seems to be fighting these wands, these energetic ties, and coming up in reverse, the expression of your connection right now is a lot of inner turmoil, like your spirit and your energy is trying to take you in one way, but your mind keeps pulling you back in the other way. And this again is internal to, especially to you, as you're the one receiving this message, and it's really calling upon you to let down that mental barrier so that your energetic body can take you to where you need to go. This could be another indication that you maybe like yoga practice or something that taps you into your energy would be really effective for you. So what is the karma that you need to resolve in this relationship? Group number 3, 2 of Pentacles. So you need to come into a physical balance. You might need to find some way of compromising, some way of, again, if you're feeling deceptive, or if you're feeling strategic, being a bit more open with this person. They might kind of already have figured something out, and coming to maybe trust them more. Like maybe you're going around because you don't think that they can do what you do. So what's the root of that belief, if that's something you resonate with? And why would you not want them to be able to support you more? Or why wouldn't you want someone on your team who couldn't support you more? So looking for that way that you can balance between the two, you come to that compromise. Maybe what's best for you is to have some like restorative justice between the two of you, or really just finding a way of coming back together so that you can even things out between the two of you with that sort of like, there's possibly some issues of karma on both sides. So having that adjudication, having that balance coming back in. And our words of healing wisdom for you, group number 3, we have take responsibility for every thought and feeling. It can affect the whole universe. Yep. So if there's been a blame game going on between the two of you, your job is to own every facet of your experience. As this is coming up for you in a karmic relationship reading, this is here because you're trying to learn something. Karma is a teacher. Karma is here to help us integrate our lessons so that we can move forward. And if this is something that you're experiencing is quite a negative experience right now, that's because you've both sort of signed up for each other at some other, dimensional level, or some other cosmic, some other sort of consciousness level. At some sort of higher consciousness perspective on this, you're sort of helping each other out in this situation. So coming to responsibility for the way that you're thinking and feeling about this situation, owning your own experience and not blaming them, and not blaming someone else, not blaming circumstance, knowing how you've been present in creating this so that you can take your active role in allowing spirit to take you where it's supposed to go, and coming into that balance, balancing out this karma between the two of you. And and also that's what I have for you. I was thinking something else was going to come through, but it's not, so won't push it. Those are the messages I have for you, group number 3. I would love to hear your reflections, your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please let me know. You might like to give this video a like if it hit your vibe, and if it was really resonating for you, we'd love to have you join the community that's growing around this channel by hitting that subscribe button. We'd love to have you along for the journey. And thank you so much again, group number 3, for allowing me to be your guide through this message. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. And until that time, go in peace, to love and to serve. Namaste.